anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a colding gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
Oh, right. I suppose I should probably unmute my mic if we're going to be, talking stuff like that, huh? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pixel Profiles. Today we are joined by the ever so lovely Volcanica VT, aka Queen Volcanica. Hello. How are you today?
Hello! I didn't know if I could speak yet, so.
Oh, yeah, you're totally good.
Hello,
Right.
everybody.
So, for anybody new here, first off, we are live on Twitch as well as YouTube and YouTube Vertical. So, if anybody happens to be swiping through any of the shorts feed or anything like that, you might stumble across here. If you're new here, give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. And if you are not aware of Queen Volcanica, the appropriate username for the platform is in the title for whichever platform we're on. So Twitch is Queen Volcanica, YouTube is at Volcanica_VT. Twitter is, we're not streaming on Twitter yet, but that might be something that could happen in the future. Definitely go check her out on Twitter as well, at Volcanica VT.
Damn, you got it so good.
Well, I mean, I spent 3 hours working on that banner, so.
Oh my gosh, bless your soul. Literally, in a few months, once YouTube and Twitch lets me change it, it'll be Volcanica VT everywhere.
Nice.
But I messed up my alt accounts.
Hey, it happens. No worries. All right, so welcome. Hi. Yes, Canny is here. Canny is here. So, for those of you that are new to the Pixel Profiles sessions here on my channel, essentially they run, for those of you coming in from Canny's stream, they do run essentially how they work on her stream. I don't typically interact with chat during these conversations until towards the end, but if it's relevant and somebody brings up a good point or something like that, I'll definitely, point that out. That's not to say that any sort of input isn't welcome or anything like that. But if you want to make sure that people are noticing your messages, put them as something relevant. If you are on Twitch and you would like to submit a question for Canny towards the end of the stream, like the chat Q&A, we do have individual point or single channel point question redeems that will be collected so they don't get like lost in chat. So if you want to make sure your question's answered, use the channel point redemption over on Twitch to ask your question.
Ooh. You
Yeah.
have it all mapped out. Oh my gosh.
I try. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think I set that up correctly. Let me actually just run over to my channel point redemptions real quick, because I don't even think I turned it on.
Oh, rip. Story of my life. Literally, I'm like, yeah, redeem this in chat. And then they're like, where? What? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Enabled with user input required. There we go.
Let's go.
Ah. There we go. Now it's on. I'm a professional. I've done this before.
Yeah, you're way more set up than I am. I'm scuffed as hell. You got this in the bag.
Your overlay looks fantastic, though.
Oh,
To be
thank you.
fair.
I bought it off Etsy.
That's
nothing.
where I got mine. The animated background, anyway.
I like it too.
Thank you.
I like that I'm in a picture frame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're like
I've been framed.
it's picture perfect. You know what I mean?
Whoa!
Hey.
See, my chat would never agree with you on that, but thank you so much.
Rude.
They are.
Oh, Pike, you stop talking down on yourself right
Shut
now,
up, Pike! Shut up!
or I will slap you with a salmon. They have scales. They're rough. Anyway, Canny, welcome to Pixel Profiles.
Hi.
So, for those of you that missed it, I was interviewed on Canny's stream a few days ago, and that interview will be up, I think, on YouTube at some point in time. I know you've been editing them down.
Yeah, it's I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks. I have a huge edit for my other channel where I do voice acting on. It's like one of the biggest chapters in the entire series. So once I finish that, I'm grinding on all the interviews. So
Nice.
I'm hoping and praying next week latest.
So if you missed that, follow her on YouTube, and definitely go check her out at that point, or whenever that ends up happening. You know what? Watch all the interviews, because all the interviews that happened that day were fun. I enjoyed literally every one of them. Can I turn Canny up a little bit? I mean, I guess.
Adjusted my gain right here. How's this sound? I
Oh
turned
God,
it down.
we turned each other up at the same time.
Oh shit.
Or we both turned you up. There we go. Okay. W, massive dub. Okay.
Perfect. Sorry, this mic eats up every sound possible, and I'm like eating it right now.
Yeah, I know the feeling. My microphone is literally like 2 inches away from my mouth.
Yeah, it's
When I worked on the radio when I was in college, they were like, no. You actually have to be like up on the microphone. You actually have to be like up here for the microphones.
eating it at all times.
Yes, for the microphones to actually pick up. And they were Shure SM7Bs, which.
Oh, that's what I have right now.
Well, there you go. Now I know exactly why you have to be eating your microphone. And there's some YouTube streamers that I see, and their microphones like way the hell up here, and they're using Shures, and I'm like, how do?
I see the Trash Chase podcast. They're literally like eating the mic and moving it with their heads all the time, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I have to do it, and also make room so my mouth thing can flap.
Yeah. Because, you've got an even bigger hurdle to jump through, because you actually have to have motion capture and stuff on.
It's wild. I kind of like have my mic so it's set up like a beer bottle that you blow into.
Oh, yeah.
It's close enough. You get too many P's and B's, but hey, it works.
The plosives.
Plosives for days.
Yes. All right, so let's start the actual interview itself. I typically start the interviews basically the exact same way for everybody. What got you into content creation? What took you from the real life to making videos on the internet for people?
Well, I have a long ass origin story. I'm gonna do a TLD. Oh my gosh, can I swear?
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect. I have a long ass story, so I'm gonna TLDR it. But
No.
it'll still be
See, I'm getting comfy. It's story time. Let's wait. I don't want to lean on you. Hang on. There we go.
Oh right. Do what you need. So I am older than it seems. I am Eternal Dragon. But I started watching like content online with Smosh. So Smosh was like my first big channel to watch back in 2012, I want to say 2011. I was in that early heyday of YouTube. And after I saw Smosh's skits and a couple of other like family vloggers and CTFXC, I was like, you know what? This is it for me. This is what I want to do. I was 12 at the time. And I'm like, yes. I would go on and off. I would make different YouTube accounts. I was a makeup guru at one point. I have a totally failed makeup channel. Most of my subscribers came when my chatters found out about it like 2 years ago. So it's old and ancient, and I use Walmart products, and it was excellent. But I have had like 12 different YouTube channels throughout my life. IRL content just never hit for me because I kept making weird things, and I was a teenager when I kept really working on it. So it just wasn't what I wanted. When I was 21, I found anime, and I was like, oh, sign me up. Where has this been all my life?
And then it was all downhill from there.
And that was like, oh my gosh, 2017, I started watching anime. So pre-VTubers blowing up on the English side. I was watching a lot of anime creators. So like the Anime Man, Akidiris, Sid Snap, Sea Dog, Giguk. They were my everything. And then COVID came around. I was so lonely and bored, and I needed to go into communities. And I've always wanted to be a voice actor. So I started into voice acting on Casting Call Club, got a microphone, got into more anime stuff, and then VTubers were born. And then I got a PNG tuber, and I just haven't stopped in the past 4 years. And that's where I am today. I like making shit posts. I like voice acting. I want to sing, but after I blew up accidentally on YouTube, I never am the same.
So, do you think that potentially having the VTuber or PNG tuber model has helped you open up and kind of maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Be more yourself for your audience?
Mm-hmm. I'd say so 100%. In my regular day-to-day life, I'm pretty reserved around like family and stuff. When I get to know you, if you're a friend, like you'll see the fucking wackadoo side of me, which is basically how I am on stream. That is how I am once I get comfy with you. So being able to do that right off the bat when I just turn on my camera, or I guess my phone, to show my my model, is insane. Because normally that takes like months for me to get to with a person. But streaming, I just turn on stream and I'm like, hey, what's up, everybody? Let's cause some chaos.
Yeah, I actually use a phone too.
Oh yeah.
That phone is it's an iPhone 13 Pro, I think.
Whoa.
Um,
Got the fancy version.
I got it as a hand-me-down. So
Oh hell yeah.
it was,
Hand-me-downs only.
yeah, free to me.
It's good quality. Like your face is clear.
Oh,
during that.
I love it. It's it's and it's
Way
over
better than
Wi-Fi. Like I don't even have to have it
wow.
wired to my computer. I could,
It's so nice.
but I don't have to.
Exactly.
DroidCam
That's why
OBS, it's $5 a year.
Oh, that is good price.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It even
Yeah.
people can even tell, like right when I took a shower and my hair's all frizzled. Anyway,
It looks fine. It looks good.
thank you. I try.
You're
I
welcome.
didn't put any product in it today. I don't know why, but my brain was like, nah, don't feel like it.
Mine's pre-programmed, so I never have to worry about that.
Oh, sure. You woke up like this. Got it.
I sure did. You should see behind the camera. It's not a pretty picture right now, but that's okay. I just woke up.
It's okay. You've got the gamer degen. It's fine.
I sure do. I have the ugly ass cave. The everything.
How do you handle how's your hair like that with the humidity in a cave? I mean, come on.
the amount of product that is used. I'm also a dragon. It's
Oh,
like
right.
scales. You can't see it.
Witchcraft. Got it. That makes
Witchcraft
sense.
and voodoo. That's all I am. Gotta
So
get those essential oils.
exactly. That's your hoard is makeup and essential oils.
Exactly.
So when it comes to, because I know you do the interviews, and
Yeah.
you mentioned quickly with the voiceover work. For anybody that may be new to you, would you like to take a second to kind of explain what you mean by voiceover work?
Oh, absolutely. So I am a VTuber / streamer, content creator, voice actor, and I own an international voice acting studio. I make it sound way more fancy than it is. It's not that fancy, but we
That's
we
pretty
voice
fancy.
act. Thank you. We voice act the web novel for ReZero. So if you like ReZero, excellent. Basically, we're covering all content that covers season 3 and onwards. And we're slowly catching up to what's already been covered in the anime. But we read out the web novel because it's free to use. We're able to do it. And I voice Amelia as well as a bunch of other characters. I've actually been a voice in several indie video games. I have IRL content that I do as well that I just started out on because it's harder for me to be IRL than it is VTuber.
Right.
But I do that, and I do a lot of freelance voice acting work. My YouTube channel itself is just full of shit posts and memes and just playing around with the VTubing / voice acting meta that's online. But my professional work actually is more serious and like I have demos and stuff like that. So yeah, my goal is to become a voice actor, like professional for anime and animations. That is the main goal. And streaming and VTubing is just my outlet that I love to do, and it's just so much fun for me. The interviews are new as of like this past 3 weeks, so that's a new thing for me.
Nice. I've been personally doing these interviews for less than a year now, and
Okay.
honestly, like, I think you'll find the more people you get to know, the more people, like, everybody says like, oh, I want to be like this unique person, but everybody's doing the exact same thing and there's no way I can stand out. Every single person you talk to, I guarantee there will be something unique and interesting about them.
Mhm.
And people have a hard time accepting that there is something about them that is unique and different.
I agree. 100%. Something, because I've been speed running these interviews too.
Yeah.
Every single one has been different. Like, even if I ask similar questions, there has been like no one that's the same. And now I'm networking with people I never thought I'd talk to ever. And now we're best buds, and we're doing interviews. And I have later today, I'm doing a scheduled call for somebody doing a collab. We're gonna do like visual novel readings. Like, it's crazy all the different talents that are out there that just, for whatever reason, either they do this like part time just for fun, or you're just not in the same circle, so you don't see each other as much. But you end
Exactly.
up getting along so well.
Yeah. Everybody sees like all these like groups of people, and it's like they imagine the group of people as a circle, as a closed circle.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, this other closed circle up here, you're just looking at it the wrong way. It's a sphere.
Exactly.
It's two spheres of people, and if you just rotate it ever so slightly, there's going to be that overlap. And you
Yeah.
gotta find the overlap. There's gonna be people in every group that you're gonna be able to like have something in common with and be able to talk to them. And honestly,
Absolutely.
that's the hardest part about networking, is getting over that hump of, well, I don't belong in that group.
Mhm.
You
And
don't
it's
know
crazy.
where you belong until you find where you belong.
Yes. That's something I realized when I started the interview on a whim after I went to Anime Expo with my friends. I was like, you know what? I want to meet more people because I really enjoyed like all the people I met from the ReZero community.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, we just sat there outside the premiere and chatted for like almost 2 hours. Um, And I was like, let's do this. It blew up. And I was like, well, I have no choice. I have to do this. And it's just opened my eyes to how many people are just, especially online. I feel like it's such a unique community. If we're able to drop that, like, I need to be a part of a clique, I need to be a part of a group. You can collaborate with so many different people at any given time. There's so many people out there that are just so cool, and we all kind of share that experience of being online, which is its own ecosystem in itself,
Right.
from like all over the world, and it's really cool. And it's so nice to say, like, sure, I don't have many friends IRL nearby, but I have so many friends globally now that, if I
Yep.
go visit somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I could totally call up this person, be like, yo, let's meet at a coffee shop, like 10 minutes. I'm in your country. And they're like, okay, bet. See you in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's whenever I looked at my Twitch analytics and I saw how many different countries people like
Yeah.
watched my channel from, it blew my mind. Like, I didn't expect anybody from like Nicaragua to be watching
Yeah.
my stream, and I think that's one of the coolest things. Like,
If I give Twitch something, they're really bad for promoting you, but you
yes.
get such a wide spread of people, especially depending what time of day you're at. Like, I've had the most global reach on Twitch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, someone
and
from Nicaragua.
yeah, that's why I started multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I tried Rumble. Unfortunately, Rumble's servers are more favorable for the higher viewed content creators. I disconnected 20 times in 10 minutes when I tried to stream there, and it's just not. And no, not Rumble. I'm thinking of Kick. Sorry, Kick. I tried live streaming on Kick. I want to live stream on Rumble because there's like a whole other demographic of people over there that don't really line up very much with Twitch. That I would love to just like get my content out over there. So I've been uploading my live streams over there. And once I hit 5 followers on Rumble, I'll be able to live stream. But I can't live stream until I hit 5 followers, which is fine.
That's crazy.
Every platform's got their, requirements. TikTok, you can't live stream on TikTok unless you have 1,000 followers. Which, and even if you have the 1,000 followers on TikTok, you need like special authorization to get a live stream key. And there's whole organizations that people pay to be able to get a live stream key to live stream on TikTok. It's so frustrating.
Oh my gosh. I avoid TikTok like the plague. It is just such a nightmare.
It
Kick
is.
as well. It's one of those things. It's like there's so much promise to it, but there's so many loopholes to get through.
Yeah. Kick and cancer start with the same sound for a reason. That's it. That's
Valid.
Yeah. It's from my experience over there, it's just and it's not even the streamers. Like I lurk in some channels over there. Like I don't interact with the chat at all. The content is fine. The content's good. I like some of the content. But the bots, like the sheer amount of bots over there. Whenever I first started streaming on Kick, like really right around the first when it first came out, they didn't have their content moderation. They still don't have content moderation for the most part.
Oh my gosh.
But there were some people that just like straight up played full movies and just like sat in front of movies playing. I'm like, what?
What? It's bullshit.
Yeah, their content moderation is not up to snuff, and their chat moderation is even worse.
Ugh.
Anywho,
Safe for anyone to be on.
Yeah.
This is why anything that pumps out that kind of money, they got shady stuff going on.
yeah, the main reason, and I don't care if there's a bunch of like chat bots. I don't care if people are streaming bad content. but the implications of the lack of content moderation basically means that they don't care about their platform security. So
Yeah. Why would they care about you?
Exactly. My data isn't safe over there, so I don't give it over there. So that's I am off of my soapbox about Kick. I wish the best. I wish the best for the platform. I want the platform to grow because competition is good. But I can't. I can't.
You can't risk yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. Feels pretty amateur in that regard. I agree,
Dr. Body Shot. Hi.
Yeah. So, when you mentioned you're wearing so many hats with everything that you're doing. Is there any point that with everything going on, you've just been so overwhelmed to the point to where you have thought to yourself, this isn't worth doing?
Absolutely. I with Studio Reverie particularly, I originally was just a voice actor on the project. It used to be called Holographic. We were doing so well. We had, by the time that we were shut down, I think he amassed 12,000 subscribers. So we were doing really well. We were getting donations all the time. But there was a huge shutdown by the company that makes the anime, Katakawa. And they shut down every single YouTube channel in 2021 that even touched ReZero. Thankfully, Hollow got his channel back, but he completely left all ReZero content. I had to rebrand with my partner, Wolf, who plays one of the main characters as well, and our two friends, Conda and Gold. So we took and made everything from scratch, re-uploaded everything. And because nobody else was wanting to basically be in a manager position, if I didn't do everything, it wasn't getting started. So for about a year and a half, we had like very little growth. I actually, up until I started the interviews and went to Anime Expo, I was debating just stopping social media as a whole. My living situation is kind of tricky right now. My partner moved here from the UK. I'm Canadian. But our government has been making it very hard for people to immigrate. So he can't get work. I am a teacher by trade, but the teaching just world right now is awful. And I was only making like $25 a day and not able to get any more work than that. And we currently live with my cousin and his two kids. So there's a lot of money I needed to make that just wasn't happening. So I've been taking on projects that normally I wouldn't take on just to get the bills paid and everything. But it's really
yes. Sorry, my dad knows I'm streaming. It's past noon. Is it not? Is it not past noon?
Hello, Dad.
After I left.
No. Dumb.
Hello.
Kenny says hi. Hey.
Oh my gosh, I love that. No, don't even worry about it. I put curtains up in my basement so that if they see they're closed, nobody comes in. People do still come in.
Yeah. I literally we have a pocket door, and for those of you that don't know what a pocket door is, it's a door that slides into the wall instead of being on a hinge. And it's only ever closed when I'm streaming or I'm sleeping. That's it. And then he opens the pocket door, like looks up over my monitors. Are you streaming?
He's just excited.
Are you streaming? Yes.
Hey, you know what?
Him and his Ron Jeremy stash. Anyway.
Love that. That's so nice that he supports your stuff too.
Yeah, he's
That's W.
he's one of the few people. Well, no, because to be completely honest, everybody in my personal life that watches my streams or hears me streaming from the other room they're like, man, you've got a really good voice for that, or like that sounded really fun. And I'm like, well, yeah, it was. Thank you. And
Thanks, watch it.
it's like, yeah, tell literally everybody you know.
Yeah, please, thank you so much. So I can do this impression. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would love to be able to do this professionally and, put up sound insulating boards and get a decorated background instead of a 2D animated one. No offense.
Hell yeah,
But,
yeah. Oh no, don't worry. It's different when you're a flesh tuber.
True.
It kind of looks it looks different. I see it.
You're the first person to call it flesh tubing, and that's
it's such a
to me
goofy joke.
anyway. I love that. To be completely honest, that's hilarious.
It's a running thing in the VTuber community. It's
Yeah.
if you work with somebody who's an IRL, they're the flesh tuber. You're the VTuber.
Yeah, I've been fiddling with the idea of getting into PNG tubing,
Ayo.
just to have something. Because I mentioned this during the interview when you interviewed me, but I haven't really mentioned it to my chat at all. But there's times where I just, because I deal with a lot of physical issues that not a lot of people are aware of. I'm not disabled or anything like that, though technically in the U.S. depression is labeled, or clinical depression is labeled as a disability.
Oh jeez.
But physically, there's times where my face and I just can't get into the stream. But like if I don't have my camera on, then I feel like I could potentially stream. But if you don't have a camera, just this is shown in analytics in the data. If you don't have a camera or something interactive for people to associate with the stream for an individual to interact with, then just it's an analytical nightmare. So unless
you
you're
use
like
your phone, so you could get iFacial mocap. It's only $5.
Oh yeah,
Whole thing.
absolutely. Like that's and like that is something I've been looking into, something I genuinely want to have as an option. It's just like being able to afford the model. It's just a financial thing of being able to afford the model. And I wouldn't even, it would literally just be me.
Yeah.
In PNG form.
I have a couple pic crews I could send you. They're free. Like you can have it set up today if you wanted, fully customizable.
Would love that.
Free use. Yeah. That's what I used to use too. My first PNG tuber was like a free thing. I used like all free equipments. I was on a very shitty PC that was very broken and like over 10 years old with a really bad Xbox mic, and like slowly invested over time. Like the model I have right now looks fancy. It was $30 on Booth. This is as cheap as it gets for a fully rigged model with like so many custom things. And yeah, there are ways to do this free and cheaply. I got you covered, don't you worry.
That is so funny that you say that you used an Xbox mic, because when I first started streaming almost 9 years ago, actually it would have been 9 years ago, because I started streaming 8 years and 11 months. But I started streaming under a different username. It was my first name, my last name, and the year I was born. Very bad username to have for identity theft security. So don't do that.
Don't do that. Not in this age.
But my first microphone / headset was literally an Xbox 360 mic that I plugged into a USB Xbox 360 controller and plugged into my computer, and that was my microphone. and it was clear. It was fully clear, so where you could see like the insides, and so that was cool. But my first webcam that I still have this webcam.
Whoa.
An Xbox 360 USB manual focus webcam.
Yep.
And like I'm tempted to do like a throwback stream.
People love them. They do.
Like just bring back all of my old gear, but I don't have the headset anymore, so I physically can't do that. But
secondhand stores may have you covered.
Mayhaps. That is true. There is a Salvation Army right down the road.
Ayo.
I
hoard all my old technology.
You're a dragon. You have to hoard. It's literally your thing.
It is my thing. It is definitely my thing. I have floppy disks. That's how far back we go. I even have a 90s Windows PC. It was my dad's original PC when it was like first thing he ever bought with his own money. And it still works. I just have to like clean it out, touch up the motherboard, and it's good to go. I was gonna do a stream on that in the next few weeks.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare, but also my dad still has everything, so we're gonna see if it works. I don't think so, but I'd like to play my old game.
What you could do, do you have a capture card?
No, but I can get one.
Yeah,
eventually.
if you got a capture card, you can get an RCA to HDMI adapter, and then you can capture your old PC and play those old games on the old PC while streaming from your current computer. Like
that's crazy.
That's actually because I have an Xbox, I have a Switch. I would love to see if I can find like older consoles with older games and like play those retro games. You know, you would need the adapters, but like those adapters you can get on Amazon, I think, for like $2. So
true. I got the N64 and the NES in my dad's collection, so
yeah.
Now you've inspired me to look into that.
Oh yeah. How's the latency? Virtually nothing. Like for mine anyway, for my computer anyway, it's virtually nothing because my capture card is an Elgato HD60 that I got through a Twitter giveaway that Elgato did.
Oh, nice.
It plugs directly into my motherboard. So it is so nice.
So
it was
nice.
literally just plug and play. I plugged it in, downloaded the software, and it just works.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's something to look into. Oh, there's some screams.
Screens.
We are okay. Just little kids being excited, having fun.
So
we call them kobolds on my channel. So they're the little dungeon kobolds.
That is adorable.
Yeah. But that's why I use my fancy mic when I stream, so it keeps them out a little.
So, how is it juggling that? You know, you've got everything you've been working with, like all of your online stuff. You're a teacher and juggling family life. Like how do you manage that? Is it like a hey, this is you guys don't bother me during X time, or is it just like trying to make things fit? Is it structured or chaotic? Basically,
it's chaotic, absolutely chaotic. I do not have a schedule. Now I'm leaving teaching permanently. So what I'm going to do instead is supply teach because it's more freelance. But I'm going back to school this fall, so it's going to be a little easier. I just started reworking at Starbucks again after leaving for 2 years. I went back as a supervisor because it's more consistent than teaching. In all honesty, this next paycheck will probably be able to pay more bills than my teaching stuff did, which is so incredibly sad. But that's okay. Going back to school because I really want to be back and use my brain again. I've shut it off for so many years.
I know the
I'm
feeling.
very thankful. Yeah. Since they're not my kids, they're my cousin's kids. He is so great with them. Like they spend every waking moment together. He is like so wonderful. He always like has them wrangled, and they're really they're smart for their age too. They know not to go downstairs. That's my area, mine and my partner's work area. We call it going to work, and also our room is off limits for them too, unless we like invite them in and they can come down. And there's always an adult. But he always makes sure that like he's like, oh no, it's like, my legal government name is streaming, like she's working, we keep quiet, shh. And then they go, oh, she's working. And so I'm very lucky. Like I never have to deal with interruptions from them. My immediate family, now sometimes I have to watch my sister on occasion. They'll just come barreling in my house because they have no regard for my streaming. But we worked a workaround now that, they have a key. If they have to bring my sister over to my house, they bring her in. My partner gets her set up on the TV, gets her stuff ready, and then I come hang out with her after I'm done. So we have little workarounds here and there. Usually, anytime I have free time, I stream. I don't have much free time anymore. So these interviews I've been doing, they're like my only days off I get from work. I schedule as many as possible, get them done, try to edit. Because I have a lot of people in my DMs who think I hate them because I haven't edited their interview yet, but I don't hate them. I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
And then whenever I feel it, I go work on Studio Reverie. And then all my alts, voice acting stuff that I have to do, I finish up my commissions whenever I can. The kids usually, have a routine day that they go see their grandparents, so I try to get all the recording done on their routine day.
Every single millennial in my chat just got PTSD. I have subscriber notifications for when subs come into chat.
Oh yeah.
If anybody has ever subscribed to the channel, they can send me between a 5 to 8 second audio clip, and then it'll play whenever they type their first message in chat. And Selena's, who's my mod, hers is the mod, not mom. She's the stream mom.
I slurred it. I did mean to say mod.
Hers is the dial-up modem sound.
No.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. That was awful times.
Yeah.
Selena.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I set it up. Right now I have my little kawaii ringtone, but normally I have the MSN doo-doo-doo sound whenever I get a text, and it gives me so much joy.
We are basically kind of sort of the same person. I have
Hell
the
yeah.
AOL. I have the AOL. You've got mail.
You've got mail. I
You've got
love
mail.
that one. Oh wow, shit, that was really good.
Thank you.
My sister has the Kim Possible ringtone. Doot 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 doot. And every single time we both go, oh yeah, yeah.
Your basic average girl,
Average girl,
and you're here
and
to
I'm
save
here
the
to save the
world.
world.
Can't stop me
Can't
cause
stop
I'm
me 'cause
Kim
I'm
Possible.
Possible.
Anyway.
I have done so many fan comics as KP. I love voicing Kim Possible. It is so fun.
And we just got a DMCA strike on YouTube. Kidding. Or am I? I won't know until later.
True. Less than 15 seconds.
True.
And out of key. Fun fact, that's also a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can I don't advocate for piracy of any kind, but you can mirror a video and pitch shift it and
Arr.
they won't catch it.
Nightcore. Love me some Nightcore.
I do too. I love Nightcore. There was a Nightcore version of the hamster dance that just lived in my head rent free when I was younger.
I love one. I would have that on repeat with Angel with a Shotgun and Carmela dancing.
Yeah. Okay, so you said Angel with a Shotgun at the exact same time Dr. Body Shot said Angel with a Shotgun in chat. Literally at the exact same time.
We had the same brain. I don't know if you saw our interview. We literally, the second we spoke, we were like single cell minded. We were just.
So
I don't even think we talked about anything really besides him being a chef. It was just the ADHD. Yes!
I can't help but notice you're a pirate now.
Oh, you said piracy, so I put my toggle on for
Yar!
ya.
I love that.
Yar. Also, if we're talking intellectual, I got my cape. Oh, this might be more YouTube
that's
friendly. Let me
sick.
keep that on.
I don't care. Like,
Okay.
I play the first Descendant. For those of you that aren't familiar
hey!
with the game, Booba and Booba, or Booty. Booba and Booty.
Booba and booty.
It's
Ass and titties.
ass and titties.
Why VTubing's excellent.
True.
See, I can
it's
actually ogle
art.
myself and not feel weird.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you can ogle yourself in real life too and not feel weird.
True. On a stream, that's something I.
Now, whether or not it's
could
weird
not
when
do.
other people ogle you.
Yes. So whenever they make comments at my model, it's perfect. When they make comments at me, I'm like, you know that trope, the anime girl with the glasses, the really shy one, but
Yeah.
like, bye. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me IRL. So I get really freaked out when that happens and just panic and shut down. But if it's Canny, it doesn't matter. It
Wait.
don't matter at all.
Where are my glasses? Oh,
Oh!
no. I don't know where my glasses are.
Guys up.
They're in a box somewhere. We had to leave the house for 4 weeks for renovations.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers. But a few years ago, when Hurricane Irma came through,
Yeah.
my area got flooded pretty heavily, including my house. We actually had to evacuate. But as of 4 weeks ago, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, the house is finally done. We've been living in a construction zone that long, basically.
Holy shit.
Not for like contractors moving in and out, but our insurance company refused to cover anything because it was a flood, even though we had sewage backup. And our insurance covered sewage backup, but it didn't cover floods. But
insurance companies will do anything not to pay out. Anything.
Yep. Oh, well, hey, see, no, you actually had like 3 bugs in your wall, which were invasive species. And yeah, since those bugs, and that's, anyway. Yeah. But, the house is done now. The only thing left is we have to paint the kitchen cabinets and put up a new backsplash in the kitchen. And
fun.
we need furniture. So like our dressers and stuff like that. So I'm currently living out of a tote with my clothes in it.
Oh my gosh.
But once we have those, we're done, basically.
Bless. Well, hopefully that Goodwill nearby has dressers. I got mine for $10 at a Goodwill.
That's the goal.
That is the goal.
Need to find a job. That's the big thing right now.
That's the hard thing.
It is.
I applied for 192 jobs before they rehired me at Starbucks. I've been looking since February.
I think last time I checked my email because I keep every notification that comes through of application that I've sent. I think I was up to like 186, somewhere around there. And unfortunately, I just got 2 more no's. So,
oh, I am so sorry.
What are you gonna do?
Honestly, I don't know what the hell is going on with everyone's economies. There's no jobs anywhere. We're literally seeing like a resurgence of unemployment rates that are even surpassing what was in the Great Depression, which is insanity.
Yeah.
I'm just so thankful I have a job now. Even if it is exhausting with all this work on the side, I'm just grateful I have something. And even
Um,
though I'm tired, I just keep pushing
yeah,
because I gotta get more and keep
exactly.
going.
Out of curiosity, because I know you mentioned you work at Starbucks now.
Yeah.
Is your Starbucks a like split the tips Starbucks, or is it a like everybody gets their individual tips?
It's split. So you take the whole pile at the end of, I think it's the week, and then it's divided up by percentage of hours worked. So it is split up.
Okay.
And we have like the person who counts it. I trust them with my life. I train them myself too, so I know I can trust in them. But my store, because of how big it is, and it's a high volume store, but it's one of the lower end high volumes. So we only get about $6 a week at most, and I work about 35 hours a week. So anybody working 12 gets like a toonie, so $2. Which is like compared to when I was serving is absolutely nothing. Like I could walk
Yeah.
home with $300 and have groceries and rent set, which is absolutely ridiculous. And you can't get hired as a server where I'm from because you have to have 3+ years experience. I got lucky that I even got picked up for one place before it shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the worst part about job hunting nowadays. I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the U.S., the the site I mainly use is Indeed.
Me too.
But I've used LinkedIn and Glassdoor
Yeah.
and all that stuff as well. But the main issue I'm running into is jobs, for some reason, jobs, whenever they say entry level, still require 3 to 5 years experience.
Yeah. We're seeing that in teaching as well and just like regular work. It's so stupid. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't just come in here with experience. I just paid for this whole ass degree.
Yeah.
I had to work my ass off throughout that degree too. I didn't have time to go fucking volunteer for some internship for free.
Yeah.
Hello?
And oh, I'm sorry, I'm an adult with bills. How do you expect me to internship for free?
Honestly, like, I'm not gonna be your little bitch for 50 hours a week and get nothing for it. Absolutely not. You pay me or I ain't doing it. Like,
You
sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry. I was not aware I was hired to be the coffee fetch person.
Yeah, sorry, what? My current goal right now is that I'm a supervisor at Starbucks, and if all goes well, they've already told me that they would happily bring me up to a manager position, which is great. That's great. Like, if I need to go for something very sustainable
Mhm.
moving forward, I can. I'll still need side jobs because it's still not enough. But at least in the next 2 years, how my degree goes, how streaming goes, if I need that, that's my backup until
Nice.
teaching fixes itself because like there's no permanent jobs and I'm just going to be a freelance little bitch for all the the grandfathered in teachers until they all retire.
You could potentially look into online overseas teaching.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
That is just as crooked and
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
I am thinking of doing the JET program eventually. I have been accepted and they still hit up my DMs all the time to go, but with having a dog and a partner with severe peanut, nut, tree nuts, and sesame allergies, Japan is a dangerous environment.
True.
for him. Oh, and fish. Did I mention the fish?
Oh my
He can't
god.
even go. If we ever go, we have to like like our whole suitcase is going to be food for him to get
Put him
through.
in a bubble. Good lord.
Yeah, really.
That's
Poor guy.
that's like
Worst part, he would love to eat it all. That's the annoying thing. It's not like he'd be picky about it. No, he wants that shit. So he's just like, fuck.
yeah. And it's not like milk where you can have lactate and it fixes it. Like those are like
Oh, yeah.
close up your throat immediately allergies.
Yeah, and just straight up die. We have like 4 EpiPens on at all times. I got 2, he's got 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Keep that thing on me.
Keep that thing on me. Which also makes groceries fun because we can't buy prepackaged things. We make all of our bread ourselves. So that's another thing we add on our time. But he makes that. So
I love making bread. Baking is one of my favorite things to do.
it's so fun.
In fact, my mod Selena and I have had cookie bake-off competitions. She lives in California, and I live in Florida, so like we have to ship them to each other. But
oh my gosh, have you guys shipped it to each other?
yeah,
Oh, that's
like
so
we like whenever both of us are financially able to, we send each other like Christmas cookies and stuff like that.
That's so sweet. I love that.
And I send them. I've sent cookies to Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Ohio, Ohio, and California. Yeah.
Wow. That's I never thought of that because one, Canadian shipping is just a nightmare. Like by the time it would get to anywhere in Canada, it would be like 5 weeks after. Don't even ask me about America. It's just gonna be even worse.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I really desperately want to do that again because we haven't been able to for the past couple of years because the house has been messed up.
Yeah.
So this year, fingers crossed, because I have a brand new stand mixer that was gifted to me by a friend, and it's a very expensive one. Like, she just didn't use it. This stand mixer it has all of the attachments, and it's a KitchenAid stand mixer. It's one of the good ones.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like $500.
Yeah. That's the dream.
Huh. Yeah. And she just like, yeah, I don't use it. Do you want it? Yup.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure
Thank you so much for downsizing. I love friends that downsize.
Here, let me make you some pumpkin bread in exchange.
Yeah. Here, for your small sacrifice, let me make you some goods.
Yup. Okay, so
good.
We talked about a little bit in our DMs about, you know, how I wanted to kind of talk about like some of the stuff you've run into as a VTuber.
Wow.
And you said, yeah, I've got my old models on deck if you wanted to like check them out. And you kind of put yourself out there when it comes to those models. So would you like to kind of are you able to give kind of a timeline and like an evolution of what you, how you progressed?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, hold on. Let me test something because I might be able to switch through them without you guys even seeing. I'm going to look at your screen real quick. Oh, no, you can see them full up. It's just a lot of AC. That's okay. Let's see. I play around with a lot of models.
I can hide it if you want me to.
Oh yeah, if you scoot me down just a little bit, we'll have an element of surprise.
I gotta do both. Okay, I'll just hide you there and hide you there. Okay, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, excellent. All right, so of course this one is my current model where I'm at. I do not have my 3D ones because that's going to be a whole other process. But basically, I was a PNG tuber for a long time. I just use what's called a pick crew. You can basically, it's like an avatar builder. And you can use that really simple, make your own avatar. It looked a lot like my IRL self. So I just had like long brown hair, glasses, and it didn't move at all. Like I literally just had it at the bottom of the screen and that was it. And
so it kind of moved like in relation to like your head and like where you're looking and stuff like that. But like, yeah.
Absolutely. And then like eventually I found out there's this thing called Vroid, and that is a 3D software that you can make 3D models in. And that was a lot of fun. So I made that same model I had for my PNG into a 3D model that I used a new software for called VC Face. And then I went through an identity crisis. This was at like year 1.5, 2 of streaming where my friends are like, your model's so basic, you're never going to blow up. Like nothing's ever going to happen for you, blah, blah, blah. Looking back on it
Wow.
now, I could probably happily still be that model, and I may go back to it eventually, and do just as well. But I was in a rut, and so I played around with like 12 different 3D models, and I had a rebranding where I portrayed different models with different voices, so I practiced voice acting. I let my chat redeem. They wanted the same character over and over again, which was like a Ara Ara mommy looking character. So I was like, all right, I see what you guys want. I then did a for my 3-year anniversary, which was like no 2-year anniversary last year. I made a dog model. This was so controversial. It was a V-Roid model. I found a hair set. It was super cute. I looked like Pebbles from the Flintstones. And I liked it. But some of my old viewers literally hated it so much they sent me death threats and they said I was disgusting and gross and like I'll never do well and blah blah blah. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I banned them.
Yeah, as you should.
And I was like, who are you? What is wrong with you? I think it may have ties into a production I was in as well. So we'll put a pin in that and come back because that's something I dealt with as a voice actor.
Okay.
And then I learned my friend Volti and Avi, they just got Booth models. Booth is a wonderful site. It's a Japanese site where people post like different products, kind of like Etsy. But they have live 2D models. So anybody practicing or anybody with like a smaller company, they'll post them on here. And this is my first model. So this was my old model is called Kyle's McGuiles. That is my IRL account because that is my like actual nickname in real life. People do call me Kyle's. It's short for Kylie. And this is very similar to Amelia. She's got that long white hair, purple eyes. We even have some ReZero elements with like roses and butterflies and the blues. So I was super pumped to be her. I don't remember my toggles, so I can't even put up my wand or anything. But I had a wand, and it was cute as hell.
Magical girl.
Magical girl. Some random person wanted to be my manager. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I could like change up my look and stuff. Things didn't go to plan. And it was really weird. And then I was like, you know what? I love this model that I have right here. I think it's super fun. And I could still have ReZero elements, no problem.
Yeah.
With this model, because I mean, Volcanica is the name of a character in ReZero, and that wasn't a name used yet in the VTubing sphere. It wasn't common on YouTube, so I was like, "Fuck it, we ball."
Hell yeah.
I'll go by Canny, because a lot of my friends start with a V. So I was like, "How do I change this?" Canny was born, and now I just have multiple personalities online. Oh, I even have a tail.
Yeah, I turned off Discord while she was changing her models, so like nobody would see like hidden stuff that she didn't want to see. Tail.
Thank you.
She's a Charizard,
mostly,
chat.
Charizard. Rawr. It's mostly
Rawr.
just how many ReZero models I have.
Yeah.
Just not to get everyone confused. What the hell is AC?
I have been. I know I mentioned to you that I was aware of ReZero, but I hadn't actually been able to, read or watch it. I did watch a season 1 and 2 recap of the anime.
Oh, nice. How'd you like it?
Well, I didn't hear any of the voices or anything like that. It was literally just somebody talking about it. So at some point, I would. It's definitely a show, or it's a show. God, I'm showing my age. It's definitely an anime. I would. It is a show. It is definitely an anime I think I would enjoy. I like isekais that are not overtly sexual.
Yes.
And most isekais are overtly sexual for no reason.
A lot of people drop season 1 because Subaru is just that he hits that weird isekai like vibe in the first 15 episodes until Amelia shuts him down, is like, stop fucking doing this, you're trash.
Yeah.
But Super's one of those characters that has such amazing character growth, and like once you get past that point, and to pay the author took that risk of really developing Subaru, making you kind of hate him at the beginning, just so you could love him at the end. His growth is beautiful. He is a wonderful character, and it's all about learning about yourself, self growth. Like in this beginning of the story, he's 17. By the time we're at now, he's 19. So he's learning as he ages, and his friends mean the world to him. He takes care of them, they take care of him, and it's just a wonderful story of like how to care for the people around you, how to change how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you by being kind, and kindness always wins. In like
Imagine
a way that's not
being
so linear.
nice. Weird.
Weird, crazy, and how much more you can do when you're nice to people and like take care of those around you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Chat.
Yeah, chat.
You know, maybe not sending death threats to somebody
Oh my
for
god. it was
changing their
crazy.
avatar.
I'll tell you that story now. The pin is boop popped. I was in a at the beginning of my voice acting career, I took just about anything I could get on Casting Call Club. I was really excited because you would do fan dubs basically of all your favorite characters. Have you heard of Doki Doki Literature Club before?
Mm-hmm.
So I have been casted as Monica in several different fan dubs, fan video games, that kind of thing. I'm usually her canonical voice online, which is fun. I love it. And I got casted as Monica in this show. It was a very unique one. It was a mix of Konosuba and Doki Doki. Eventually, we brought in like other characters, and Matt Hardy, the wrestler, was dating Monica from Doki Doki. Wild. But I enjoyed being a part of this project for, I think it was 2 years I was on. It was so crazy and unhinged.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that. What's your question?
What iteration of Matt Hardy? Because that kind of really affects the interpretation. Are we talking V1 Matt Hardy, or are we talking broken Matt Hardy, or are we talking TNA Matt Hardy?
Because I didn't even know Matt Hardy until that, and now I follow his wife on Instagram, and
Rebby's
they have
hilarious.
Like Baby. Oh
Yeah.
my god, so hilarious! I love them. It's when his hair. Okay, the PNG that was used was him looking crazy, like yee in your face, and he had his long hair down.
Broken Matt, got it, perfect.
Broken Matt Hardy. So Monica was dating Broken Matt Hardy. It was a whole, I don't know, and he would say the same phrase over and over again. Yeah, and so that was a whole thing. It was fun because it was such a goofy thing. It was like very much like an Adult Swim type situation. We would do, so he would have like 7 or 8 scripts ready for me. I would voice Monica, Aqua, Yun, so those guys from Konosuba, and Wiz. I had no idea in that 2-year period that this director had a crush on me. So I was just, every 6 months I would do these like 3.5, 4-hour long recording sessions with him. It was really fun. Like we got along. We even had a big group one with all the girls because there was a girls' night versus boys' night recording. That was so much fun to be a part of. I was there for the big anniversary stream, and I was like really engaged the community. And then one day, this guy like just goes offline completely, threatens to end everything, end YouTube, end Discord. Everyone was removed, blocked. And so, I checked in with him, see, are you okay? What's going on? You made a really big threat to your life. Like, are you alive? What's happening? His community was also in the dark and would come to me being like, I'm so worried about him. Like, do you know anything? And I'm like, no, it's okay. Trying to help them out. And because most of them were minors too. So I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot. So I'm going through grief training with them on Discord. I'm not allowed to talk to them anyways as a teacher, but I just do the very... You can't be doing this. If you need a break, you say it. That's totally okay. And you can be honest if things are going on in your life, but you can't just do this. There are children that watch you, and look at all these DMs I got. and had to take care of your community because you did that. What in the world were you doing? It turns out that all happened because he found out I was dating my boyfriend at the time. Still dating him, to be exact. I mentioned it on a stream that I was doing that he was with me for. My boyfriend was with me. And I had no idea that that was what set it off. I absolutely destroyed him in DMs. I said some of the most meanest things I've ever said. And I was like, if you had told me that you had a crush on me, we could have addressed this as adults. Because this person is 28 years old now. He was like 25 when this happened. Maybe 26. And I was 25, 26. I said I would have addressed this with you. I would have helped you through this. We would have gotten through this. You could have kept going with your channel. You could have recasted me. I would be fine with that. I was casted as Wiz because that was his, like, love character, whatever. So he saw me in that.
Yeah.
I did not like that, did not know of that, and nor did I have any inclination, any, like, key factors knowing that that would happen. We never talked outside of our recording calls. He never DM'd me about anything that would give me tips. And so his community then went and spent all their waking moments absolutely trashing me. Now, some of the people that I took care of while he was gone were kind enough to check in. They're still part of my community. They're very lovely. And they were like, oh, I really don't like how this went. Are you okay? And I'm like, yes, of course, I'll be fine. I was just like, please be careful when you engage with this creator from now on. It's not okay. And you do not need to deal with this. This is not your problem. I have no idea where they're at now. I know he tried to recast my characters and tried to make a scene of it on YouTube. Casted somebody who caused a lot of issues for him too. And I haven't heard anything since. It's been like a year and a half. And that's why I'm very picky with the work I take moving forward.
As you should be.
Yes. I also make it very clear, like, before anybody even works with me, my living situation, who I live with, like, all that stuff. Not, like, exactly details, but, like, I have a boyfriend. I have this. Do not come at me before I talk to a voice acting director. Because, yeah, I want to be a voice actor. I'm not willing to corrupt my morals for, you know, a role. Thank you very much.
And that's a good lesson.
Partner.
That's a good lesson for anybody wanting to get into the space. You have to set your boundaries. Like, you don't have to, like, there is one thing I do want to say. This does not mean that every single person that comes up to talk to you, you have to say, I'm sorry, don't talk to me, I have a boyfriend. That's not what she's saying. In a professional setting, all boundaries have to be made clear.
Yes.
All of them.
This was a director, by the way, a director of a YouTube channel. So this would be somebody like you're working with a manager or something. You don't want your manager coming on to you. Ew.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. Assistant manager. I'm kidding.
That's a different story now. Get me in their DMs. I mean, it's just something you deal with in the space, especially when you voice people's comfort characters. It comes with the territory, and I've dealt with it before. You just kindly go, hey, just a reminder, I am not the character that you love. I appreciate you love my work. I'm so glad I can be that character for you, but I cannot be that person for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, there's some wonderful people out there you can meet who could be very similar and give you all those things that you need for yourself.
Yeah. There are voice actors, Autumn Ivy, for example, that voiced, I think, I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but I think the character's name is Karlach. The volcano lady, like demon. I am terrible with D&D species. Sorry.
Same.
But I know she's gotten a lot of messages, inappropriate messages, just because she voices a very sexual character.
Yes.
And that's not okay. I know Matt Mercer has gotten messages from female fans that are inappropriate. It's... Our voices are a powerful thing. Sound is the most emotionally connecting. Come on, brain. Brain? Work.
Power.
Sense.
Ah.
Sense. Sound is our most emotionally connecting sense that we have. You hear an old song, brings back all of those memories that old song has. You hear ching, 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 ching. You hear sleigh bells. You automatically think of Christmas. You automatically think of all of those, memories of back when you were a child sitting around the Christmas tree. And people's voices are even more powerful because humans are naturally communal species. So you have to think. You have to think. You have to look at what's going on. Like, these aren't these people are people, and they're not the characters they're portraying.
Yes.
And that's it's very dangerous.
It is. And like Dr. Bodyshot saying, like, I met my partner through our voice acting studio. Like, he voices Subaru, I voice Amelia. They're canonically together in the series. We fell in love outside of our characters. It was just, we worked together for so long. We had similarities. That can happen. Absolutely. But that happened organically. Not forced, not nothing like that. And like, you have these people that fall in love with their characters. Totally fair. You're allowed to love. I love the Onceler. Okay, I'll admit it. I've always been a fan of the Onceler. I love that man's. But I'm not gonna go after his voice actor and like absolutely lewd the hell out of him. The character, do what you need to do. They're Rule 34 for a reason. Just don't go after your voice actors.
Yeah. I love how you and Bodyshot said basically the exact same thing at the exact same time again.
How bad can it be?
I love that. I love that you guys found each other in that way, and it just happens to be that's what happened. I'm a massive sucker for romance. Like, I can't help it. I see people in love, and I'm like, when I was younger and I was like jaded to everything, there was obviously that like, oh God. But now I'm like, aww.
It's nice to see when people are happy and
yeah,
doing their thing. When they're not in a relationship, just seeing people happy and being like open to happiness. It's just so nice.
Exactly. Okay. So
heck yeah.
We have gone 20 minutes over our normal allotted time. I am not complaining because when stuff like this happens and I don't even look at the clock. Yeah. When I do these, just on average, they normally last between like 45 minutes to an hour. So I love when organic conversations happen like this. But I know you have an extremely tight schedule, so I don't want to keep you for any longer than I'm allowed.
Oh my gosh, that's okay. Only thing I gotta do right away is go pee. I gotta go pee.
Okay. All right. So if you want to go ahead and do that, I'll go ahead and get the questions pulled up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, so smart.
Cool.
All right, BRB.
All right. Chat, behave. So while Canny is going to the restroom, I'm going to go ahead and field any questions from YouTube and Twitch. If you are on Twitch, definitely use the channel point redemption. It's a single point, and type in your question there. Anybody on YouTube that has any questions for Canny that they'd like to ask, feel free to post them and I will grab them. I do have 2 questions here from Dr. Bodyshot that we will get on Twitch here. Do you gotta behave? You don't have to behave, but like, could if you wanted to. All right, chat. While she's sleeping, let's steal her hoard. Let's steal all of the old tech. Yeah. Oz, how you doing? I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Selena, Body Shot, Shigure, Pika Cat. There was somebody I saw earlier in the YouTube chat. Hello. Yeah. I'm glad you could be here too, Oz. Got the boom box? Nice. Got the boom. I got that boom pow. So after Pixel Profiles, the next stream that we have scheduled is going to be tomorrow, where I will be doing subscriber doodles, where basically everybody that's subscribed on Twitch, you will get your own individual doodle. I'm not a fantastic artist, but I am going to be at my way of giving back to the community. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern. If you are not part of the Discord, there's the Discord link. Boom, I'm going to go ahead and post that in the YouTube chats. Yeah. Sub just for that? Hell yeah, Body Shot. I don't know what the way what your username implies. I might get banned. Wait, wrong kind of body shot. Wrong kind of body shot. Sorry. But Sinister, what's up? After that earlier combo, I immediately thought of Astarion's voice actor. Oh god, Astarion's voice actor? Oh my god, yeah, you know Astarion's got some messages. Those were they were probably pretty sinister. Anyway. You should try D&D and Baldur's Gate 3. Well, Body Shot, I'm actually looking for people to join a D&D one-shot that I have written up. If you want to be a part of that. I need 4 people. Welcome back, Canny. I see you moving.
Good to be back.
Nom.
I see. Cracker?
I see you found a random villager to snack on.
I sure have. Excellent quality.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. By the way, I was just gonna message you about it, but since I already mentioned it when you were walking in, I do have a one-shot written up if you want to participate in D&D.
Hey yo.
I have maps custom made. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I am down.
Cool. Well, I have Body Shot. I have you. Oz seems interested. So now I can have more than 4, but now I just need 1 more.
Excellent.
All right. So, before I open the floor to chat's questions, do you have any questions for me? That was a very pensive look your avatar just gave. That was like,
I love that it catches on me at the weirdest times.
That's perfect.
Body
Shot, that works fine.
I guess where would you like to see your streaming in the next few years? If you could achieve any big goal that you want.
Any big goal that I want.
Yeah, it could be crazy.
What I would okay. The goal, obviously, the goal is always to be able to do this full time. What I would like to be able to do, the main goal is to be able to do it full time. That's the base main goal.
Absolutely.
Stretch goals would be to actually have this be a permanent segment where I could consistently get content creators on.
Ooh.
You know, like have it be like its own special thing with like its own graphics, its own, you know, it not necessarily its own channel, because I don't want to manage another channel. It's annoying enough managing multiple Twitter and Instagram accounts and everything like that.
Retweet that.
Annoying. So I don't want it to be on another channel, but I would like if I could do this full time and not have to game, if that makes sense, because
Yep.
this is part-time. Pixel Profiles is like the part-time to the part-time streaming. If I could actually just make everything this and my woodworking, because I love woodworking. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world. And I have a small shop out back, very small shop. I'd like to run internet out there, and I would like to be able to stream from out there my woodworking and projects and stuff like that out there. And I would like to make this channel more of a focus on woodworking and the content creation interviews.
Yeah.
And I'd like to bring in content creators from outside of Twitch as well. I'd like to bring in, TikTokers, YouTubers that don't necessarily interact with a live audience, because streaming and YouTubing are two completely different things.
Yeah.
Editing
Oh my God,
is...
really?
I would love to bring in an editor for a big YouTube channel to talk, because editors don't get any love.
No.
And they really do. They
Like
deserve it, rather.
Yeah. The only one I ever hear of is Moodon for like
Yeah.
Trash Taste and them.
Yeah,
But that's
Moodon is one of the only ones I've heard of as well. Like,
Evanito used to do a lot more for Connor, but yeah, him too. Those are the only two.
Slappy and Whooper in the PokeTuber community are known as well. But that's just because they'll say something like, Slappy, put a reaction image of this right here, and they'll just leave that in the video and like put the reaction image, or like they'll put text on the screen and say, haha, no. Like, interaction between YouTubers and editors is one of my favorite things. Like, interacting with the editor in chat or in... and Brooks! How can I forget Bad Luck Brooks? God, his edits are so good. But yeah. Editors,
that's how I got to know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got to know Evan. Now, it's like Evanito for Sea Dog is because of their interactions on Connor's like channel. They're just so funny. I loved their banter.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's paying them is the hard part.
True.
You want to get a living wage. I'm lucky enough. Somebody came into my DMs who's like in the ReZero community offering to like practice on some of my videos for shorts. They did an amazing job. They're like, oh my gosh, like I think this is wrong. This is wrong. I'm like, you did this for free? This looks amazing. I wasn't even thinking of doing that myself. So no, thank you. Trying to get their rates so like maybe I could work with them moving forward because they're so easy to work with. But it's been years, and that is the first person who's come up to me and asked, and I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Because if we can make something work, holy shit, that takes away so much work off my plate.
Oh yeah, I'd love to work with somebody that's in like graphic design school or something like that that like needs to get a portfolio put together and like grow with the channel. Like, because that's something I'd really like, is somebody that would be in there with the trenches with me, and somebody we can like bounce ideas off of. Is like, okay, how can we improve this?
Yeah.
Like, because going from like bottom floor to the top floor together, it would be such a cool story.
Oh, absolutely. And it's really cool to see. Like,
Yeah.
somebody not only grow with you, but like growing together. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Also, the woodworking, absolutely excellent idea. As like an outsider, I think the first thing for you to really invest in is definitely that Wi-Fi or like the Wi-Fi extender, so you can do those streams, because everybody loves those kind of unique streams.
Oh yeah.
I've seen them blow up. I mean, I did a computer fixing stream once, and that went really well. Like, people love seeing people tinker around and like do something they love.
Yeah. I used to stream my woodworking. Honestly, the only reason I haven't is because of the storm. The hurricane
Yeah.
basically completely ruined my main tool that I streamed with.
Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like it's not okay, it is an expensive tool. It's expensive when you don't have a job.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Everything is
Like-
expensive when you don't have a job.
Yeah. Literally, the past like 2 months, I've been like stretching out every single penny. I'm like, okay, today we can have rice and an egg. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
let's add some sauce. Span that out a couple days.
Flossamu wants to know if they can draw your model.
Oh my god, yes, please. You can. So this is a public model, by the way. So if you see other creators who use this model, feel free. You're allowed to draw us. And the author gives copyright clearance for it, and I love it. I will never say no to free, wonderful work, and I will absolutely promote it.
Is there
Thank you.
for anybody that may want to do fan art of you specifically, is there anything that let's say you end up getting a unique model.
Yeah.
What would you change about your specific model that
Ooh.
that you would like to see in your custom one?
Excellent question. That's something I've been stuck on, because I know I want to start planning for my next model. It's going to be a little whiles away because it's very expensive, but I want to start getting an idea. I have some artists that I'd really love to work with. So either a more like 90s anime theme kind of model, or a more like smug looking one, or something that looks more in the style of Oshinoko. Those are my three kind of
Okay.
art style avenues. In terms of like changes, I do have to change significantly for my original mama to accept it. Well, our goals would create this one.
Your audio is cutting out a lot.
Test. How was that?
We are good.
I smacked my XLR cable. Apologies.
Oh, I do that frequently. That I ended up getting. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up, but I got like Velcro
Oh,
loops to just like hold it to the main bar.
smart. I need to
That
get those.
saved so much, because now it doesn't get in the way of my mouse or anything like that.
I need to do that too. Fuck. What did you hear last?
You have to get approval for
Oh,
something.
So in order for me to use to have a model similar, I have to change a significant amount to this model, because this technically already exists, and the original creator doesn't want something to be out in the sphere that could potentially be copywritten, to then remove the ability for people to use this model at any point
Right.
in time.
That makes sense.
Because it's so nice to have publicly accessible models that are like so well made for a pretty cheap price, considering usually models run around $3,000,
Yeah.
$2,000, $3,000. This one's $30. Like, I don't want to take that away from someone as well.
Yeah.
But I would probably keep things very similar. I'd probably get rid of the thing on my chest. I don't really have an attachment to that. Give more open to the booba. Get that. I would have like 3 or 4 outfits. I want an idol outfit for sure. So when I do like singing streams, I can have a change. I'd love to have just like you get a base model with no clothes on it, so I could just change out the clothes all the time because that's my favorite thing to do. And I would love to have long hair again. I love the pigtails I have here, but I really like having models with long hair. I find it's really cool with the silhouette.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. This one's nice. My other hair toggles, I mean, they look like, whoa. They look like this. So, not my, whoa. I keep running away.
Yar.
Not my favorite. Yar.
I do enjoy a good bow tie hairstyle.
Me too. I can even put 2 and 2 together. I like
Oh.
that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent question.
before we jump into the Twitch questions, I do have one over here on YouTube from Selena.
Wow.
What advice do you have for streamers or creators who get unwelcome DMs from others looking for romantic connections?
Blech, the worst. Well, there are a lot of things you can do with this. Now, my normal one that I get all the time is, when are you going to start an OnlyFans? When can I get pics? I ignore those ones personally. They are more likely bots or just, they're not worth your time.
Yeah.
If people are, trying to talk to you, pretend like they want to collab with you, and then throw at you, oh, by the way, can I talk to you real quick? The best thing you can do, especially if you are a streamer, content creator, and you're worried about, especially being canceled, because people will use this stuff against you, even when you have every right to say no.
Yeah.
If you address it in a way like it's their first time ever confessing to somebody, maybe you've been friends with them for a while, even if you don't know who this person is, kind of treat them like that. Be like, hey, like, I really appreciate that you like me. I think that's really cool. I just don't know you that way. So thank you so much, but maybe there'll be someone else out there for you. Now, after that, if they slander you, make sure you block them. But
Also,
if they're
take
a kind person,
screenshots of the DMs.
take screenshots always. The second you send something, screenshot immediately so they don't delete it on you.
Yeah.
Save yourself the trouble. And if anyone tries to blow you up on Twitter for saying no, there are a lot of people out there that'll have your back. So don't even worry about when it comes to that. And if you have a problem, come see me. I will help back you up.
Yeah. She
'Cause
will
my DMs are always
literally
open.
eat them. No.
I will. Always keep receipts. That's the annoying thing, but it is important to do, especially on Discord, because people can delete as they go. If you see something weird, screenshot it before you reply.
Exactly.
That's my big thing.
Yeah.
Then you have a record, and if you also screenshot the bottom of your screen that has the time and the date stamp, it's less likely that you've changed it or done something to it, so people are more likely to believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Selena
TLDR.
says thank you.
Of course, Selena. I'm so sorry if that happens so often.
Yeah, I believe it or not, like I've actually gotten messages from women I've met through
Yeah.
Twitch. One of them was at a Twitch Orlando meetup. The other one was
Oh, wow.
through the Twitch Charlotte meetup when I lived in North Carolina. Fortunately, nothing came of it.
Yeah.
But I was, to be completely honest, I was terrified of something potentially happening because
Yeah.
nobody believes like when
They don't.
you try and defend yourself ever.
Absolutely.
Like it's always the initial accusation that gets the most traction.
Mhm.
And they say, you'll hear things like, oh, well, of course they would say that. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I would say
Ugh.
that because it didn't happen or something like that. But like the fact that I even, or anybody for that matter, even has to have that worry of something potentially happening for turning somebody down
It's
is
insane.
extreme. It's disappointing for one.
Absolutely.
Like, what do you have to be going through to think that's okay?
Honestly. A lot of it
Whose
comes
mom?
down.
Who's your mama? Like,
Where's your mother? They
where
need to pick you up now.
exactly?
A lot of it comes down to, as well, is a lot of people who are on the internet who come to a lot of streamers who, start following you in the first place. They do come from a more lonely place. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
where I started watching streamers myself is, I was very lonely and like family content creators filled that void that I needed when I was younger. But with time, you have to, as a viewer, come to understand that the people you watch, they are people too. And the personality that you see on the screen is not necessarily who they are in person. They're
Yep.
not like that 24/7. I cannot be this crackhead all the time. Like half the time I'm like bawling my eyes out into, my partner because I'm stressed about what's happening in life and
Yeah.
stuff. We can't always be like this 24/7. A lot more people I find have been becoming more open and understanding and are willing to take a look at like the behind the scenes as well. But there's a lot of people out there who just want to get that 15 seconds of notoriety by putting someone down.
Yeah.
And it's
Very, very
ugh,
true. But
yeah.
in the end, there's that trade off. Like
Yeah,
you have to take the good with the bad, and that's
absolutely.
something I try and tell everybody. Like I've had conversations with. This is going off on a bit of a tangent,
Oh, please.
but I'll get back on track soon. I was on Crazy Eyes for Life podcast. We were talking about wrestling and talking about AEW specifically, and talking about the CEO of AEW, Tony Khan, and how he's made a lot of mistakes and how he's like not really doing a lot of good for the company right now. And I was like, but you have to look at all of the good he's done too.
Mhm.
You can't just say, look at all of this bad and just end it there.
Absolutely.
There would not be competition in the wrestling area right now without him. The sheer amount of good outweighs the bad that's happening right now with the company. So you have to take the good and the bad. And getting back on track with streaming, it's a double-edged sword. You get to get out there and meet people that you would never have met in real life. Selena, I would argue, is probably one of my best friends. And we've never met in real life. And it's entirely possible that we may never meet in real life. But I know if anything's going on, I can message her and we can have a conversation and
Absolutely.
she'll be there. And I've met so many fantastic people in my life through streaming.
Mhm.
And it's dangerous. It is. Streaming is dangerous if
But it can be
you look
beautiful
at it like
too.
that. Exactly. You take the good,
yeah.
you take the bad. Something
With all the bad
backs the
that I've
life.
had. Exactly. I mean, one of my best friends now, Connor, he's like mine and my partner's best friend. He originally was a fan of ours. He auditioned for a role. He didn't get it, but he stuck with us and eventually showed up for a stream where we couldn't understand anything, so it was all in Japanese, but he like live translated for us as best he could.
Nice.
And then and then we started hanging out, and like he was just such a cool person that was just very reliable and kind and understood that we were people too. So over time, we eventually just started all hanging out, and now like we got to meet up in person a few weeks ago. We all got to go to Anime Expo, and Connor helped us get there too, because just with our financial situation, we wouldn't have been able to do that with him. But he was so kind enough to do that for us so we could all hang out and meet up. And now we're planning our next trip together, which is for next year, and hopefully more to come. And he's just become such an essential part of our life that he's one of our best friends. We watch Oshinoko every week. We spent all night last night hanging out, just in chat, doing some work all together.
Let's go.
Let's go! It's totally possible to have those like really good, wholesome interactions, and like it turned out well. And also, be careful of who you talk to on the internet. But over the span of a 2-year period, we got to know Connor really well and build that trust, so that we now are on like first name basis and like in person basis too. Like that shit is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Selena,
Yes!
that was a good question for us to have a
Thank you,
conversation
Selena.
about. Good question. Everybody clap. Everybody.
Putty!
Good,
I need a hand
good
clap
question.
emote.
True. Yeah, just like your. Yeah.
Yeah. I move my head instead.
I mean, if you send me the PNGs of the open hand parts of your model, I can actually put that together.
Wow.
If you want.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I have so much to send you now.
Well,
Thank you.
kind of put myself into a bubble there.
Sure did.
All right, so we have 2 questions on Twitch from Dr. Bodyshot.
Yeah.
The first one, question for both of us. Okay, so I'll let you take it first.
Okay.
Enjoyed listening to y'all chat from the last interview to this one so far. Are there any plans on doing any collabs in the future? So I guess it's a question for both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
I
mean, now we got D&D
yeah.
and Studio Reverie
Yeah.
confirmed.
So the first one that was kind of sort of confirmed, I am going to be working with Canny with Studio Reverie. I don't know what part I'm going to be doing yet.
Narrator.
The what?
Narrator.
Oh,
You'll have a chapter soon.
I get to narrate.
Yeah.
Audiobook career starting now.
Let's go.
And yeah, D&D. I don't have a name for it, but it is maybe a 2 or 3 shot. I've got multiple maps, puzzles, and a general storyline laid out with various different ways that the players can go.
Okay.
So, and just I'll give you guys just a little starting out of how the one shot is going to start. Essentially, the players are going to be blindfolded. They're going to hear a conversation between a harbor master and their captor, and they will have no control for the first few minutes of the one shot. No control of their bodies, no control of their voice lines, nothing. And I'll explain more once the one shot actually happens. Hello, Epic Mind. Hello.
Hello.
It's something to full transparency. It's something that I wrote up for a group of people that I knew IRL, and unfortunately there was a falling out that happened. That I still don't even know why it happened because they won't tell me. But
excellent.
Yeah. So, hey, whatever. It is what it is. People are going to go their own ways. My life hasn't gotten any worse for them not being in it. So,
fair. Yeah,
hey,
you
whatever.
know what? There you go. Hey, whatever.
Yep.
People do be like that. It's so irritating.
All of my mods are edible. But all of them do fight back, just so you know. So be prepared for that. But they are edible. Technically, anything's edible at least once. And Canny, so you have mentioned singing multiple times.
Yes.
Fun fact. I am a classically trained singer.
No way.
Yes.
That's crazy. Well, I have no training.
My first degree that I wanted to go for wanted to go for, I did end up leaving, was music education with a focus in vocal performance.
Wow.
Ended up
Yeah,
leaving.
you're really good then.
Ended up leaving that degree. No, I'm there. I'll elaborate. Ended up leaving
Humble.
that degree because I had to leave that school because of a very serious injury that I sustained, and I was on some very, very strong medications.
Oh, yeah. Say less about that.
And when I decided to stay in school for a semester while on those medications, it did not go well. My GPA went from a 3.6 to a 2.4. So I ended up having to leave.
That is so not your fault.
So I ended up getting a degree in psychology instead from a different college that I ended up blackmailing myself into.
Yes, blackmail!
Their admissions site had a typo. They said that their transfer requirements were 2.0 on their site.
Shit.
And transfer requirement GPA was 2.0. And so I was like, perfect. So I applied, and initially I got a decline letter saying that I didn't meet the minimum transfer requirements. So immediately, without contacting them anything at all, I went to their admissions transfer site, took a screenshot of the entire window, and I sent it to them and said, actually, I do meet your minimum transfer requirements. So unless you let me in, I'm going to have to send this to someone that you're not going to like. So I got an email saying, actually, you're right. Upon reviewing, that is our mistake. You do meet our minimum transfer requirements. So we'll see you. We'll see you this coming semester. And then I went to the website again, and they changed it.
Yeah, they did. Those dumbasses. I love that. Yes.
So
read the fine print. Always read the fine print.
And I ended up getting the degree very, very easily, because come to find out, when you're not on oxys and muscle relaxers, your brain works.
But crazy thought, huh? I had a half of an oxy for my wisdom teeth. My mom would not let me have any more, and I was running laps around my street after having 4 wisdom teeth extracted.
Yep, I was on
14.
I was on 4 oxys a day at 19.
How the fuck did they allow that?
Why
did they not oversee this from your school? Oh my god! As a teacher, I would have intervened and been like, "You're taking a break. You're taking a hiatus. Thank you."
Well, in 2009, in North Carolina, there was no real oversight on giving people certain medications, which ended up, as I'm sure some of you may be aware, the opium epidemic, or opioid epidemic, not opium. Opioid epidemic. So yeah, coming off of those medications was the worst month of my life. It was
fuck, I bet.
Oh god. It was anyway. But yeah, anyway, the whole reason I even brought that up was because if you wanted to do like a cover of something, let me know.
I would love that. Okay, so here's my background story. Iron Mouse absolutely destroyed me after I did a cover of Chug Jug
I
as
heard
Amelia.
this story. Please go on. Yes.
Yeah. Amelia canonically sounds like trash. She can't sing in the ReZero world. I did it as a joke. I made it in 10 minutes. No mixing experience either. I just slapped it on the track, did the ram vocals, got Wolf and Konda to do some little backups as Otto and Subaru. Super cute, super fun, right? It only got 100 views. We were like, ha, this is so funny. And then somebody sent it to Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse reacted. She said, I don't even have... So I'm so off key that I lost the keys to the apartment building. Not even the apartment building, the office. What the hell that means. And then Connor, CDogVA, went on stream with her later to be like, yo, you know Amelia's supposed to suck. Like, that voice actor did that on purpose. You kind of just wrecked into somebody who did something. Why did you do that? which I freaked the fuck out because that was my first, 3 months in the YouTube sphere, and I was, panicking because I had Iron Mouse's eyes. That
Yep.
shit blew up to 18K, and then our channel got terminated. So we lost it. It's going to be posted on our Discord again soon. It was my masterpiece. I loved making my old shitpost covers. I had Remy Road. I've done a lot of them. I am too nervous to actually post a cover because I don't want it to be bad. I'm not trained. All of my training, I'm self-taught voice actor. I've been practicing for 15 years. I can sing Disney songs. But going into the anime world, it's a bit trickier. So I'm a little self-conscious, and also my chat also picks on me. And I know they do it in a joking way, but because I'm insecure about it, it hurts a bit harder. So I don't do karaoke streams anymore. But if I have a classically trained person with me, maybe you could tell me if it's absolute dog shit before I send it in for somebody to mix.
Well, I'm never going to tell you that your voice is dog shit, for
Thank
one, because that's not productive.
True.
It could be bad. I'm not going to say it's awful. I'm going to give you tips on how you can improve your tone.
I love tips.
There,
Tips are great.
there-
You were almost a music teacher.
I was almost a music teacher. In fact, my senior year of high school, I was the male vocal lead. I was the head of the male section. I used to be able to play piano, chat.
What?
I can't play piano anymore. Mostly
That's
because I
fair.
don't have a piano.
Oh my gosh, you can do woodworking, covers, and interviews all in one.
When
Interviews, singing, woodwork.
when I list the things I know how to do, it's
crazy.
When I think about it, it's like that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And covers, honestly, they blow up. They do so well on channels.
Yeah.
They do. There's another reason why I would love to do it, because I also love singing. I just get nervous. I've been practicing for months. Ever since my last karaoke stream, I spend at least 2 hours a night just practicing different songs. Now I've learned to sing songs in the key that fits my voice. That's a new thing we've done. That is hard to find sometimes, especially with anime type songs.
Very, very true. I've found out that I can't do screamo rock. I used to be able to. Unfortunately, I can't anymore just because I didn't practice and I lost that area of my voice.
Yes. But you can always practice to get it back.
But melodic stuff, I'm not as good as Michael Bublé or anything like that. Not saying that.
I haven't met you yet.
But I do enjoy singing songs like that, but they're never in my key.
No.
They're never in my key. I am 2 to 3 steps lower. For those of you that don't know what a step is, it's a half note, so it's like A sharp, that's a step. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Karaoke is in your blood as a Filipino. I love that.
I love that.
Jinx.
I love karaoke. Jinx. Last karaoke I did IRL, I did Karma from JoJo Siwa with my sister. Karma's a bitch. I should have known better. That was absolute chaos.
Well, it's JoJo
drunk.
Siwa. It's chaos anyway.
It was an excellent way to end a night.
Chaos personified right there.
True.
Okay. So, we have another question from Dr. Bodyshot.
Yeah.
Question for Canny. If you could ever co-star with any voice actor of your choice for any project, what would it be and what kind of project would you like to do? ReZero is cheating.
ReZero is cheating. Obviously, I do have that hope that they would maybe cast me as Capella. It's too close to the simuldub to do that, but maybe for season 4, I would. They have 54 characters to cast. There's hope if I can get there. But Cassandra Lee Morris, I absolutely adore her. I love every role she's in. She's one of the only signatures I have. She plays Taiga in Toradora. She's also Yumi, League of Legends, and Nami. oh gosh, I'm blanking. Who else does she play? She plays Anastasia Hoshin in ReZero. She is like the one of my favorite voice actors of all time. I would give anything to be in a magical girl anime with her, and she is my talking cat. All right, this girl plays cats only. That is her niche. Or I could be her talking cat, and she can be the magical girl. I love her.
As long as a talking cat is involved, I'm in.
None that matters. That would be so great. I was in her, so I got my Toradora signature thing from her over COVID, and it was super embarrassing because I didn't know how it works. I just wrote howdy in it because that's what I wanted signed. I didn't know I could actually say like, hi, I love you so much. You're my favorite voice actor of all time, blah, blah, blah. So I showed up to her YouTube live. I was the very last person she was signing for that day. She said my name. She was like super cute and just being like, oh my gosh, like I've seen your name around. I love it. And I was crying internally because
She's seen my name.
And then on the note, she's like, howdy. Do you want me to write that? Or like, are you saying howdy? And she said it just like Tyga. And I'm spam texting. I'm like, okay, so I want you to sign that. Like, I really, really love you. Could you just sign howdy? Like, it's a quote from the show. I don't think you remember, but I remember. I love that quote. And she's like, yeah, okay. Howdy. Okay, love you, Kyles. Bye. And then she was done for the day. And all my friends were watching because they also got signed posters. And they just kept chirping me in DMs. They're like, you're stupid. What's wrong with you? Why did you do that to yourself? Are you dumb? And I was like, I am so dumb. But I have it. I have video proof of it. And it hangs behind me. Everywhere I move, it's the first thing I put up on my wall.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's my very long story for you.
All right. Well,
I love you, Cassandra.
I do have an inspector that's supposed for the house that's supposed to be here in about a half hour, so I do.
I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah. Canny, thank you so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate it. This was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Everybody, Caster, Queen, Volcanica. There we go. Go.
Wow.
Did I type that wrong? The command doesn't exist. I got rid of Caster and I changed it to shout out. There we go. Okay.
Oh, I did not spell the right spot. I'll make your life easier too.
Go follow. Go do the thing. And everybody on YouTube, watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and cut the YouTube stream short. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Definitely hit the subscribe button and go subscribe to Canny on her channels as well. Peace out, nerds. Okay, bye.